Hello my virtual friends, my name is Catherine, also known as Miss Blue, and welcome to Stationary. This is a game about finding out that you're bi, but on the moon. So, let's just get right into it. So, it is the year 2445. Despite humanity's many advancements in space travel, medicine, philosophy, in the arts, scientists that word, because I'm dumb, and the world's greatest creative minds have yet to discover the right way to be bisexual. Christmas Eve, 2445 CE. It's just after 7 PM lunar time when you are a rather short young woman in your mid-20s with cropped white hair that you painstakingly opti-light bleach and maintain yourself. You are wearing a long black wool coat and have a small red leather holster that holds your HUD PC, personal data, credit wand strapped to your leg. Wow, okay, that's a cool thing. While HUD contracts have recently been rather affordable, you're attached to the purple cat-eyed glasses your HUD PC has been paired with since college. Alright, that's right. When you make it to the transfer station. The transfer station is the main port where connections between Coronal 3 and its only satellite Corv arrive and depart. It's daily rush hours that correspond with the commute, but otherwise grows quiet on weekends and holidays. Right, Coronal 3, what is that? Your home, as well as where you attend universities. There's a lot of like paths here, so prepare yourselves here, people. It's a telecom planet, the solar system neighboring the origin star system's OSS, where communication needs from all over the galaxy are outsourced. University. You attend the largest humanities university on your native continent of Nessium. The university is in the heart of the crowded capital city, and you live in a studio apartment with your boyfriend. What's he like? Oh my god, there's so many things, jeez. Your first grown-up relationship. The first people you went all the way with, despite dating / making it with a few people before him. How many is a few? Your first kiss with your high school boyfriend. You realized you weren't attached to him at all. Even though he was considerate, treated you well, and you cried but told him you were just happy. Alright. We're really getting into this one here. Also, the ambient background noise you can hear, that's like an optional thing that you can get at the bottom here. Well, not get, but this is our browser game as well, just to make it noted. So there's like a little thing down here you can just click on. It's all in the background. Alright. To digress from the digression, in your freshman dorm there were two openly bisexual girls. The first ones you ever got to know well. You would take naps in the same beds, cuddle while watching movies, kiss cheeks, and take each other on dates to tree houses and the trampo skate dome when boys, and sometimes girls, would be assholes. The gentle intimacy was simultaneously safe and freeing. Aw, that's lovely. A supposedly gay guy kissed you on the mouth once and you told him off for it. A guy you admired from afar would give you attention every time he broke up with his on-again, off-again girl. You adored him to an unearthly extent, but when he talked about her, a guy you admired from afar would talk about her again and again, and you and your fantastic tits felt used. No doubt. Your friend when you just visited, who you adore to the end of the galaxy in a way that you're no longer sure may be platonic. That one time you got drunk at a crowded apartment warming party and didn't trust yourself to find a way home in the dark, so you squeezed into a camping cot with a guy you thought was a friend. You woke up peeling a hand off. You woke up peeling a hand off your tit. You knew you had just started dating your current boyfriend. Okay, you're hardly what anyone would consider promiscuous. Maybe back in 2013 they would have, but not in the enlightened modern age. Oh yes, of course. The barbarians of the 2013s. Ugh, who would even guess? You've only properly done it with one guy after all. Yeah, that's total slut territory nowadays, isn't it? Sometimes you feel tied down staying in such a long-term relationship with him, and long to run after a charming girl who catches your eye. But the sex is good, you get along, and have fun together. There's no reason to cut it off. You see yourself potentially being happy with him for a long time. But like the McRib, your stupid crushes on girls in your class's female professors, baristas, and even random girls who follow your HUDcast keep coming back when you least expect it. Huh. Speaking of which, when you're hungry. Okay then. I seem to have chosen a path here without realizing, so hopefully all the other stuff we were talking about before wasn't that important. Either way. Clearing your mind to think about what you're in the mood to eat. A much less befuddling topic. The more things change, the more they stay the same. You're thinking, of course, about the one food so perfect that hasn't been significantly altered over the past 400 years. You want a hamburger, but a good hamburger is hard to find. Oh, let's get one of those things then. You wander through the shops area, but they're all closing down. Gates whir as they lock into place and lights flicker off. Everyone must just be going home early for Christmas. Oh yeah, I totally forgot it was Christmas, jeez. Alright then. It seems like you're out of luck for a burger or any sort of food. One store is open, but a small salad is 750 credits. Alright. Knowing my future money, that's expensive, I think. And the prices only get worse from there. Yeah, right, you think. Maybe I could afford that if I sold an organ or two. Jesus! Alright then. Costly to be healthy and worse to be unhealthy. Alright then. You sit on the bench next to the space elevator and depart the gate, with only 3 or 4 people around. Boarding will start in about 15 minutes. Do you think about your friend or check your HUDcast to kill time? Oh yeah, I forgot we could actually click on stuff. 750 credits. Your monthly income as a TA is 10,000, half of which goes into rent. Things are usually tight. Jesus, when rent is 5 grand and 750 is for a salad? Jeez. Wow. Alright, friend or HUDcast? Well, we've thought about the friend already, and we don't really want to at this point, so let's think about the HUDcast. Let's kill time by looking at quote-unquote future Facebook. You check HUDcast to kill time and take your mind off things. Your boyfriend has- oh jeez. Your boyfriend has posted a new picture. He poses happily in his usual patched-up leather jacket. One of his many nephews dangling from his thick flex bicep. Wow, he's a real guy, isn't he? The picture is captured. Have my auntie and the kids over. It'll be a struggle to keep them out of the presents till tomorrow. Oh, he's adorable, isn't he? Oh man, he's gonna be hard to let go of, isn't he? Despite looking a bit scary with glowing fiber optic tattoos across his cheeks and matching mohawk, and a raccoon tail beard. He was not exactly what I thought he was going to look like, but oh damn, he is unique to say the least. Kids always seem to relax around him. It's part of the reason you love him, even though he doesn't look anything like the type of person you saw yourself with before you met him. What is that type? You always envisioned ending up with a slightly Ardingronous boy? Puppy-eyed with long hair, like a lost member of the eternally young android boy band D4C. Oh yes, those heartthrobs, they were so young and awesome. Maybe that image in your mind was a way of reconciling the 2 different directions you were being pulled. You think of the 2 you love now, one elegant, feisty, and wholly feminine, the other rare and hulking ice sheet rover cycle of a man. They're both precious. Oh. Sometimes you imagine cramming them both into the apartment with you, all in the same queen-size bed, cooking for 3. Oh dear. Okay, cooking for 3, and it seems. Oh right. Okay. Never mind. I thought that was a euphemism. Shop. All right. And it seems like a potential paradise. But isn't it also greedy? You don't know how well they get along. Whether groups, sex, you don't want to think about it, and jealousy would mangle everything. It would just be a selfish proposition on your part, with potential to make everyone miserable. Yes, perhaps. Considering that one probably isn't in that way inclined, even though he's a guy, but still. And do you think, wouldn't that living situation be proof that bisexuals are just indecisive, flightly confused? And of course, it would be something you could never talk about the way someone talks about their girlfriend, their boyfriend, the way everyone else does. Yes. Maybe not so bluntly as well. I don't think even, normal is a subjective term, but even so. Maybe things will change someday, but for now it's the year 2445 when humanity has come so far, but the issue is still at a standstill. You can't afford to be, though. A buzzer sound signaling that the planetary elevator has arrived. Oh, okay. Of course, nothing can be solved in an hour of half-hearted contemplation. Hungry and bored in a lunar transfer station, if it was that easy, you would have figured it out a long time ago. Internally, you're still confused about how you feel, what you are, and what you should say you are. But you're heading down to a place where you are Reed? Oh, Red is a straight girl with a boyfriend who has never felt like he could admit that a few of his guy friends were more than friends to his family. A lot of people have a lot of secrets in this neighborhood, apparently. You board the elevator and find your pods. You hit the complimentary nap function so you can dream the next 3 hours instead of having to wonder. Just before you doze off, you feel a tug on your whole body. The planetary elevators exiting the atmosphere. End credits. Well then. Alrighty then. The story must be reread to access all the passages. So click restart in the sidebar to try and see them all. Okay then, so that was just one of the many endings apparently. So we haven't been going for that long. We can go again. Let's restart. This time let's just not click on. Yes, I'll restart the story. Thank you. Alright then. 24:45. Advanced. Yeah. Through the intro once again. We'll have to see where we can go from here. Right. I clicked on U. So yeah. It was U then transfer station. So let's actually read this through properly. It's just past 7 PM lunar time when you make it to the transfer station. You took the local Mac luge from your friend's apartment and now you're waiting for the planetary elevator back home. The next one comes in about an hour. You already have the boarding info ready, and the station seems mostly deserted. It's almost Christmas after all. There's a pleasant gentle bustle of shops closing down, the last few holiday travelers making their way to their destination. There's not much to do here, but you're hungry. You should also check your message HUD. Okay, so we did the hungry and message HUD thing, so let's try home for now. Your home is on the planet. Oh, did we know? Oh yeah, we knew the name, but we didn't know much about it. Your home is the planet of Coronal 3, the third planet in the Coronal system with a moderate climate that's slightly cooler than Earth, but slightly drier. It's about 2/3 the size of it as well. The planet specializes in telecom and services as a communication hub for the entire galaxy. Ooh, get you and your entire galaxy communications thing. It's high-tech and full of opportunities, but it's also a hotbed for high-profile hacking and espionage, which is kind of cool. A Cornelese accent gives you a hard reputation, which helps when you actually temperament is more than quite nervous. Alright then. Friend's apartment. Your best friend actually you met in college. She's loud and pushy and you wouldn't change a fucking thing. Those are the best friends. You wouldn't change not just anything but a fucking thing. It's glorious. Even though she comes across as rough, she's a certain elegance that's hard to pinpoint. But it probably begins in her sweet small hands with always perfect fingernails. You nibble your own to shreds. I've never like bitten my fingernails. Like I used to like peel them actually, like to keep them short instead of cutting them. That was like a weird thing I did when I was younger, but I can't do it anymore. Or I just don't do it because it's very bad for them as it turns out. So yeah, either way, the terrible side story aside, it stretches all the way up to her arms and around her head and ends for long, deep ginger hair. You watch bad subsea class hollow films, split large pepperoni pizzas between the two of you. Oh good, there's still pizza in the future. All is good in the world, isn't it? And laugh loudly while talking about everything under the sun while you're together. And you were mostly inseparable during college, but when she graduated, she went back to her home on the moon while you stayed planetside. So now you just see each other only once or twice a year. You stay in touch with the HUD mail, but it's not the same. You miss her a lot when you're at university. Oh man, that's hard, isn't it? Other relevant facts? Okay, she loves cats and has several natural clones and an android. Okay, cool, that's normal, sure. She loves them all equally. She was born with only one leg and so has a prosthetic from her knee down to her left side. It's a mid-class with docks for individual toe extensions, but she was short on money. Botched the DIY mod and now only has some charged sockets at the end of her foot. Wow. It's only one of the few things she gets quiet and withdrawn about. More? Well, she's basically wonderful and feels like a missing part of you. That's all you've got for now. Okie dokie. And so Mac Luge does what it says on the tin. A magnetic luge system of a single passenger pod that branches through the most streets in the Corvian metropolitan areas, allowing for quick and flexible transportation to major areas of interest on Corv, like transfer stations, starship yards, entertainment districts, and schools. Okay, that was one long sentence there. I mean, I can't take anything for that because I used to do that all the time. Alright then, so we clicked on those, so hungry? Okay. Clearing your mind to think of what you're in the mood to eat. Much less befuddling topic. The more things change, yes. Find. Okay, right. Same thing again. So let's think about the friend this time. Let's not go on Facebook. You let yourself think about her. She's always so tough, and you admire her for that. There was one time when you truly saw her wounded. Her boyfriend, senior year at college, which is hard-headed as she was, they constantly played off each other, and it seemed outwardly to be a good match. Sometimes he was too stubborn though, and didn't know when to stop. Stay of her toes was one of the subjects he pressed until it hurt. Oh. It started as a polite concern. he was a surfer and he wanted to know if she could come to the fancy city indoor beach with him sometime. Oh, indoor beaches. Well, I suppose that makes sense. They have like indoor snowboarding type things, I suppose. Actually, thinking about it, they have surfing things on cruise ships, so why is that such a big thing to me? Never mind. Off that topic, this is a serious issue here. You know, if she could buy a waterproof sleeve and maybe fix up her artificial leg a bit. Then his comments got a little bit more pinpointed. He would joke to his friends that she didn't even have to take her socks off when they fucked. For example, and repeatedly tried to convince her that not fixing her toe ports and getting some good toes was fucking up her muscle growth or bone structure somehow. This is probably the first time in any game I've ever played where I've actually clicked on a link that said fucking up, but we'll just have to read and see. The truth was she had botched the DIY toes attachment so badly her entire artificial leg would have to be replaced if she ever wanted toes. She couldn't afford it, but was too stubborn to let him see it, what she perceived as weakness. It all ended when he poked fun at her one night while they were alone in her dorm. The typical terse conversation about when she was going to fix her toes accumulated into him sticking a finger into one of the charred sockets and pretending to be electrocuted. He thought it was a joke. She felt deeply violated. She screamed at him to stop touching her and never to do that again. He broke up with her on the spot for that, saying that he was tired of her being so fucking uptight. Dude, honestly. What a thing to do, man. That's horrible. You could tell it destroyed her trust for a long time. Men are all pigs. They're all the same, she said as she confessed the reason behind the sudden breakup to you. You sat with her head on your shoulder and worried silently. Oof. That's messed up, man. That is so messed up. You have no idea. And you still worry about her now. You know she hasn't had a serious relationship since 2 years later. Oh, hasn't even had one since. I can't see the full stops for some reason. It's weird. Okay. 2 years later, she's still sensitive when the topic of dating comes up. It's part of the reason approaching her is so hard. She says she's done with men, but the sound of a buzzer signaling the planetary elevator has arrived. Jolts us away from our thought. Is this all the same thing again? Yeah. Alright then, so what do we do now then? Let's restart. What can we do differently actually? I don't really know. We picked all the different ones. We said like the HUD, the friend, and we ended up with like, we just think about her. And that's it, right? Transfer station? Corv? Yeah, it's just the same thing again. Alright then, yeah, that's all. Is there anything else actually? Oh, did we click on this? No, different things. There's one new message and one private message on your message HUD. Also, undoubtedly, several new HUDcast posts to scroll through. So you check the public message first, since anyone who looks at you up can see the messages from your friend. My wife's headed back to planet side. So sad. Come back soon. Let's reply. You smile and write a similar public post on her wall. This goofy and gratuitous public outpouring of affection seems like such facetious freshman week thing. But now, 6 years later, it still feels honest to you. Check the other message. Here's the private one. The private message is a voice clip from your boyfriend. He says, "Merry Christmas, babe. See you in a few hours. Hope you had a fun time with your girlfriend." He's in on the joke too. You confess to him that you've always had a bit of a crush on her. But you can't tell if the wifey talk, the resting on your head, on your shoulder, the warm hugs, hello and goodbye, are just platonic or something else. Why ruin a good thing, you know? You wouldn't dare. Dare? He was actually really cool with how you explained it. He told you about his own bisexual experience before, and he's over several years older and more worldly than your shy, bookwormy self. Getting jealous over a little crush would be very out of character for him. Okay, let's have a gander. Compared to you, he's just about everywhere, and done every conceivable combination with just about every type of person, for reasons that vary from raw intersexuals, okay, right, to just needing a bed for the day or two, and he was just passing through the town and not wanting to pay tourist trap pod hotel price for it. He was, for the most of his teens, what most people would call a total slut, even for a guy. I am not sure what a slut in male terms is, but I'm sure there's a term out there somewhere. He slowed down by the time he met you. You're both posting about browsing the string theory fuck's sake, the string theory section of the university library on Hudcast. So he sent you a chatty message and things went from there. In him you found a rare blend of intellectual camaraderie and kindness that slips you into a comfortable state where you could develop a proper sexual attraction to somebody. You tended to fall in lust slowly and cautiously. He with a glance, but somehow your cogs snapped together and you both managed to keep each other blissfully satisfied for 2 years now. Okay, good, I think. He assures you that you're probably bisexual when you tell him that your crushes on women are probably just like really intentionally platonic or a phase. But it's people like him who've gone down and dirty with every premonition of gender and genital who make you feel like a poser, even, if you'd use the word. At the same time, when his background comes up in conversation, you often get simultaneously sympathetic and condescending looks. You know what they're thinking. You're in denial. He's running around on you because wait, what? But on you because how could he be satisfied with just a single girl who only has one set of sex organs? I don't know, do they have androids for this now who have like more of that? Maybe, I have no idea. It's the future. Things are crazy there. But you can honestly say that you have no zilch, zero reason to think he's been anything but incredibly loyal. You're lost in thought until your stomach growls. We need to find food. Okay then. I suppose it's the same thing again, isn't it? Yeah, it's the same thing again. They're all the same thing. Miserable. Things arrived and it's ended. Okay then, so I think that might be all the actual like endings that we have here, so I'm gonna end it here for now. But if you guys can find any other of the wait, hang on, actually. This hypertext short story was inspired by my own and my friends' experiences. Oh, I hope it resonates with anyone who has ever been told that they're not real, whatever, not a good one, or that your identity doesn't even exist. Ah, okay then. A very noble cause, good developers. It's a very good little short story you've got here. It certainly came across that this was like a real thing, because you could sort of tell like Hudcast, Facebook, that kind of thing, but still. Either way, nice of the space setting though. It's sort of like, puts it in like a sort of frame that you can look at from another perspective type thing, but I don't know, I'm just trying to maybe put things there that aren't there at all. But either way, that'll do it for this episode. So if you guys can play this for yourselves and find any other endings, then tell me about them. I'd like to know, but I believe I've gotten all of them. There's like 2 of the ones at the end and then 2 more in the beginning, and the rest of them are just sort of filler text, I believe at least. But if I missed any, then go look for them for yourselves. I will try and find them myself as well, but if you find any other endings, then go right ahead and tell me about them. I'd very much like to know. So, to the developers, awesome little game you got here. Very informative and insightful nonetheless. So, let's end it there. Thank you all so kindly for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. See you later.